Hi, it's Anthony with Lighthouse Construction, and today we're on a brand new project on Big Floyd Lake where we're building a new home on an existing garage, and we're taking you beyond the blueprint. So they've currently poured all of the concrete here, so you can see here we have our slab work. This is going to be a slab on grade home. Again, like normal, we're using an ICF shell frost protected footing here. It creates a really nice foundation system. Again, coupled with floor heat, it's going to be a really nice finished product. Here you can see the slab work. They've cut in all of their distress cuts. That way we can control some of the cracking in the concrete slab. And you can see where all the placement of the rough-ins are. And that's really important in a slab on grade home because you have to execute and nail those perfectly. Because with the crawl space, you have the luxury of time. You can place those things after the floor is in position. But in this case, like our island here, for example, in the kitchen, we want to make sure we know where that is so we can execute properly and have our sink in this island here. As we kind of pan around, I'll give you a quick tour here. This is going to be a kind of an office bedroom space. Right here is when I'm going to walk in the front door, and this is going to have fantastic views. There's going to be a lot of windows on the lakeside of Big Floyd Lake. There's actually a spiral staircase right here. That's going to be a really cool feature of the home that's going to access the second story. This is going to be a 2-story home. And then this is all going to be a nice open living dining room, open concept area. There's going to be a nice powder room bath off of here, covered porch. And then this is going to be the master suite area. So you can see we have this recessed shower floor. Again, that's going to create a nice zero entry so that there's nothing to trip over when you enter that. This is going to be the master bedroom looking out towards the lake. Again, beautiful views of Big Floyd Lake here. We're going to have a nice sliding patio door in this space as well for access to a deck space, or actually it's going to be a poured concrete patio over in here. And you can see we've actually are going to pour that at a later date, but we have poured our sonotubes. So this is where the structural posts are going to come down for the deck that attaches to the second story. So those are frost protected, so they need to go deeper into the earth, whereas the slab itself is going to be a 4-inch pour that's going to sit on top. But again, our structural thing, everything is frost protected. And if you take a look back there, you can see there's a sliding patio door. There's already a bonus space on top of this garage. So we're going to make our floor height exactly level, the second story floor with the second story of the upstairs. So in order to achieve that, we're going to have a 9-foot sidewall on the main floor. And I think it's around a 20-inch truss on the second story. And then that's going to line up and flush our floors perfectly so that we're going to be able to access the upstairs to the bonus room without there being any sort of step in the design. So if you take a look below me, you're going to see this kind of log-looking straw hay bale sort of thing. So when we're working on a lake, it's really important that we want to protect the natural beauty that Minnesota has to offer. In order to do that, we're required to put down either a silt fence or in this case a wattle log. And really all it does is, in theory, any sediment that comes down this hill is going to be stopped and trapped by this wattle log and not go into the lake. You know, sometimes like on this site, you can see all of our excavation was back far enough where we really weren't concerned about anything going into the lake, but it's still a good practice because we really want to protect that natural resource. Let's talk a little bit about the pre-framing phase. You can see we have our skid steer on site here. That's going to help move lumber around, help us frame that first story. Once we start setting the roof trusses, we're going to take a telehandler or a lift with a boom to help set those in place. We have our bunks of lumber delivered on site for the framing process. So we really want to have it so that when the workers arrive on site, everything is ready to go and execute to help streamline and make that framing phase as efficient as possible. It's been 2 weeks since we're on this job site, and you can see a lot has happened. We've actually framed the entire main level and set the second story floor trusses. This is going to be the master suite. So we can just start our tour here. There's a nice large sliding door. There's also going to be a big fixed panel piece of glass here. That's really going to help to let a ton of natural light into this space. So if you follow me here, we have mirroring lights on this side. We have a nice transom window. So this is the neighbor's property on this yard. So we do a transom to allow the natural light to come in without having to look at the neighbor's home. If you walk behind me, you'll see we have a nice wide opening to the bathroom. There's going to be a double vanity in this space, a separate water closet over here, and we have that shower detail where we actually have the recessed concrete there. So that way there was floor heat in the shower, and then we're going to do our final mortar bed at a later date. And then we have a nice soaking tub in this space with a pocket door, which is why we left the wide opening in the framing into the master closet space. Fun detail here, we have framed out so we can take our laundry right from the master closet into the utility/laundry room over on this side. You'll notice here we actually have set back the second story from the first story. So above me here we have a triple ply LVL, and that's actually bearing all of these trusses. So you can see all these trusses are in this direction. They bear at this point and then transition down. That way it adds some architectural detail so that the main floor is actually slightly larger than the upstairs. If you look behind me here, you'll notice this is going to be the large open area for the living room space. We have 2 windows here, a fireplace. They're actually framing up all of the headers right now for the upstairs windows. So they actually take from the plan, you can see like W15, that's a window. They'll mold those together to have that double ply header. The kitchen space is along this wall. And then over here we have 1 more additional bedroom, and then we have a really nice entry area here into the home. You might be looking around and say, hey, there's no staircase in this home. And if you look above me, we actually have a spiral staircase that's gonna be right in this location. So we framed out a box for it because there's actually a staircase that connects from the other garage bonus room space. So they didn't feel the need to have a primary staircase. So this is gonna be a really neat detail. As I walk in the front door here, I'll look, there'll be this fun metal staircase in this space, and then just beautiful views of the lake. Let's take a look upstairs. So we're standing up on the second story here, and you can see, you get a really good perspective of how the garage ties in. Right here in front of me, we have a nice exterior grade LVL. That's gonna really bear those covered porch below the front door. We have an opening to the staircase over in this space, and this has all been sheathed with tongue and groove 3/4 inch floor sheathing. And if you look over here, we were able to flush this up. So there used to be kind of a Cinderella balcony on this deck looking towards the lake, but now we've tied this into the existing home. So this floor and that floor are gonna be at the same elevation, and we're actually gonna remove this sliding door and place more of a standard door between these spaces, as there's a staircase to access it over from the bonus room. But this space is gonna be used as kind of a mixed use. There's gonna be some bedroom spaces here, bedrooms over on that wing, and then there's gonna be a nice vault ceiling in this space to take advantage of those lake views, and then really a fun game room up here. And you just get a beautiful perspective of that lake view here. Obviously there's gonna be walls with windows, but it's a fantastic view. So a lot of times on these lots, we wanna take advantage of that second story because it's a great use of space and a great spot to take in these amazing views. Last time we were at this job site, we had just finished putting up the sheathing here. We're about to start setting walls. So now I'm standing upstairs. You can see the walls have been set. So this is that opening to the spiral staircase, which is downstairs. And you can see here, we haven't cut out our windows yet. So as we walk around, you're gonna notice there's still sheathing over top the windows because we actually installed that from the exterior. And then we just come in here and use a router and cut out all of these windows. So let me give you a tour. So we're up here in the spiral staircase area. In this portion of the home is kind of dedicated to some guest bedrooms. So as I walk in here, you'll notice there's a nice area for a private swing. This is a private Jack and Jill bath that's shared between both the roadside and the lakeside bedroom. And then in here, you can see it's a very generous sized bedroom. There's gonna be a large bank of windows off to this side, headboard on this wall, another window on this wall, and then a nice large closet as well with, I believe, a 6-foot door in this space. Then we'll walk around here into the bathroom suite. We're gonna have area for a tub shower, double vanity. We're actually gonna do a solar tube light in this space as well. And then over in here, walking off of that main living area, we have another nice bedroom. And I mean, take a look. You can see where they haven't put up the sheathing in this portion. Just fantastic views of Floyd Lake out that direction. And then as we walk in here, you'll notice that we've actually set the trusses for this. So this is actually a vaulted area. So the majority of this home has a flat roof, but we did vault this living space so that we can get these nice clear story windows in this area above the header. That way we just have a ton of natural light as well as views of the lake coming in this space. So the area behind me is gonna be a dedicated bathroom for the open areas as well as this suite in here. Again, headboard on this side, transom window above the headboard. That way you can still have a full functioning headboard and have natural light come in. And again, fantastic views of the lake over that area. And then here's where we're going to take a look at kind of the complex framing that was tying into this existing structure. So when we designed this, we wanted to make sure that we could carry over the roof line. So this is where that Cinderella deck used to be. This is actually an existing bonus room above the garage. So as we walk in through here, we're narrowing that down. So this door is going to get replaced and a new door is going to be cut in this space. And to my left, we're going to have room for a laundry room area. And to my right, where this roof line continues down, this is going to be utilized as a storage space. You can see the headroom starts to get tight in here, but it's still great for storage. And then as we come back, When we brought it far enough that we can make our roof slope, now we're up to that standard 8-foot ceiling in this space. So it really serves as a nice connection point, very functional, no steps between the bonus room to this space, and really makes it feel like it was all built at one time, which was the overall goal of this construction process. Thanks for joining us on this special episode, this 3-part episode where we started talking about that concrete, worked our way up to the main floor framing, up to the 2nd floor where we set those walls, now the roof trusses are set. Thanks for watching. Join us next week as we take you beyond the blueprint.